Awaken from Stuttering, The Truth to Perfect Speech by Deeterr and Snezhko.
According to your faith, be it done to you.
Matthew 9:29.
Revive the freedom of perfect speech in 3 days. Thanks to the knowledge about the natural norms of Usta's speech and the ability to strictly observe them, you will quickly forget about the incurable stuttering and join the universal norms of speech actions. Your normal behavior is your excellent result.
Professor Snezhko. Introduction.
Don't lie, it's impossible to cure stuttering in 3 days.
I stutter. Please help me out of this problem. I will be eternally grateful to you.
I beg you, help me. Everybody is always laughing at me. Stuttering has poisoned my life.
I cry every day because of stuttering, and I'm ready to end my useless life.
It looks like a scam. How much did you pay to the actor in your video?
Shame on you for profiting from the unfortunate, sick people. I will pay you any money, but only after you truly cure me.
These are just a few examples of messages we receive from people who stutter after they watched several videos of success stories of our school graduates. Seeing the miracle of the almost instantaneous transformation of a stutterer into a person who speaks normally does not leave any viewer indifferent. Everyone is shocked by such an unprecedented, dramatic change of consciousness in our students over 3 days. In every new appeal from those shocked by the miracle of healing, one always feels mental pain and a cry for help. The unexpected news that someone got rid of stuttering in such a short time immediately arouses mistrust, doubt, and even aggressive envy among people who stutter. Psychologists call this state cognitive dissonance. This can't happen because this can never happen. Indeed, the idea of getting rid of stuttering in just 3 days is completely contrary to the worldview of the vast majority of people who stutter and those who care for them. What is possible at our online school, called Speech Academy Etalon International, is truly impossible anywhere else in the world. So, how do our ways of helping stutterers differ from those of the many speech clinics and centers, where thousands of specially trained doctors, speech therapists, teachers, and other helpers treat those who stutter? What exactly do we do with stutterers at our school that none of those system specialists do? What specifically is so revolutionary about our approach to stuttering? You will find detailed answers to all these questions in this book. But here is a brief summary. Our approach to assisting people who stutter is not medical. We help our students eliminate stuttering without using any medication or treatment methods. Instead of ridiculous attempts to treat people behaving incorrectly in speech, we lead them to changing their unnaturally incorrect, ineffective behavior to a naturally correct, effective one. The help of all conventional stuttering specialists in the world is based on a misguided medical approach, which is designed to treat, but never cure a stutterer. And because conventional practitioners do not understand the usta's nature, their stuttering clients begin to behave even more abnormally, causing them to stutter even more severely. Once again, our approach is not a medical one. Instead, each our student consciously adopts a universal norm of speech behavior that instantly solves the problem of stuttering. Because most stutterers have adopted incorrect speech behavior in their childhood due to wrong parental or other directions, they constantly reinforce their stuttering, rather than learning how to break the cycle by acquiring natural speech tools discovered by Professor Snezhko.
The joy of waking from deception.
The essence of our approach is that there is no need for exhausting, long-term treatment. Instead, by understanding the natural norms involved in using the usta correctly, a stutterer can awaken in just 3 days from a dream induced by systematic lies and distortions. Looking back on his previous worldview, the student now sees that he was dysfunctional and deceived about the nature of stuttering. Now, he can finally move forward on a more joyful path. Imagine that you are in a restaurant. You are served a plate of something clearly inedible and foul-smelling, but the waiter assured you that it is a delicacy. You bring the food to your mouth, but your tongue immediately reacts to its nasty taste with a vomiting movement. The body's self-regulation mechanism has worked. Then the waiter offers to pour sweet sauce over this so-called delicacy and says,
Try it. This will make it easier and more pleasant for you to swallow.
You take a bite. However, as soon as your tongue touches what is hidden under the sauce, the same gag reflex is triggered. You can't fool your tongue. Of course, you can suppress its resistance by your willpower and force it to swallow anything it doesn't like. But it's much easier to please your tongue with something natural that it enjoys and never resists with tension. The recommendations in this book will help return your body and mind to a state that is natural and without tension. To take advantage of this revolutionary discovery in the field of stuttering, you should read the entire book and do your best to correctly understand and apply its content. Then you will be able to independently change your tense behavior of a stutterer into the naturally relaxed standard speech actions of a normal speaker. Unfortunately, not everyone can do this on their own. Most people simply do not have enough mental strength. They still believe in therapeutic methods and professional advice from doctors and speech therapists. Such individuals can turn for help to Speech Academy Etalon International, and we will certainly help them. However, those who master the difficult mental work of reading and correctly understanding our book will forever leave the insane world of stuttering. They will be able to free themselves from it completely, disconnecting from the delusions that always ensure that people continue to stutter.
Why does the myth exist?
The myth about the existence of the neurological stuttering disorder was officially created back in 1889. The story of its creation is described in detail in the books Speech is a Skill and A Tale of Two Geniuses in Stuttering. Since then, fairy tale trends and experimental treatments have come and gone, depending on the size of their financial support and the intensity of their promotion by those interested. Moreover, this or that treatment method or technique became popular not because of its effectiveness, but because of the selfish interests of businessmen whose money and power were behind these scams. Thanks to their aggressive PR, they first popularized one method, which became extremely convincing to the mass consciousness of people who stutter. There were many books written about it and countless lectures given on this topic at colleges and in the media. The souls and wallets of millions of stutterers, who were treated as laboratory rats, were actively involved in this experimental method of stuttering treatment. Then a new, more attractive method appeared on the market, and a substantial financial investment was switched to promoting this new product. Paid experts wrote new books, and talking heads from science pushed their supposedly fresh, cutting-edge ideas on social media platforms. Deceived and confused stutterers, who just learned the hard way that the old method they had tested was useless, rushed to invest in a new promising method to treat their stuttering. Meanwhile, the first one was relegated to the background for the time being. Captivated by the new, unusually shiny packaging, people did not even notice that this new, modern method contained the same old errors and misconceptions, but under different names.
Chapter Summary.
In Chapter 1, Anna Deeter shares her personal story of awakening and transformation into a master of standard speech. You will discover how Deeter learned about the forces behind the mass indoctrination of people into the disastrous idea of a stuttering disorder and the reason for its enduring so long. Throughout the whole book, a realistic and dramatic portrait of a powerful financial system vividly emerges. This false and misleading matrix has intertwined all areas of human life with a web of lies like a huge, hellish spider. With all its might, the commercial system distorts and hides from people the natural, safe path to non-stuttering. Chapter 2 is an in-depth look at this evil deception. Chapters 3, 4, and 5 provide stories of real people who suffered from stuttering, alongside true scientific data that explains how such people can stop stuttering without any special treatment. Chapter 5 also provides a visual demonstration of how anyone can end stuttering quickly and permanently. Chapter 6 explains why some people, even after learning about how to use the natural speech tools effectively, may not be able to stop stuttering without a teacher's help. Chapter 7 provides unique, revolutionary information about two radically opposite worlds that simultaneously exist on our planet. One is the real sensory world, and the other is a false, imaginary anti-world. The anti-world is one where its inhabitants try to live according to anti-norms that distort and spoil natural speech. Rather than understanding the power of these worlds, the stutterer comes to believe that the problems are caused by an imaginary speech disorder. The book's conclusion summarizes the main points of the entire text and also provides a direct appeal to awakening stutterers. The glossary of key terms provides additional help in understanding the technical terms used throughout Awaken from Stuttering.
This book is written for you.
You may be a stutterer who is tired of being an eternal lab rat that depends on other people's delusions and misconceptions. You may be a parent who wants to help your child's torment. Or you may be a speech therapist who is tired of convincing your patients that they are somehow sick and in need of a special treatment that ultimately is ineffective. If you are interested in the truth about how to speak naturally and confidently, then this book will help you achieve that goal. After reading and understanding it entirely, a spark of truth will ignite in your mind, and you will clearly see the path to a stutter-free life. With a sincere desire to help and faith in the sanity of our readers,
Deeter
and Snezhko